Hi everybody, I'm Spike Brave, and in this video I'd like to take a look at the Sulfrous Rift map in Mechwarrior Online. This map is only used in the Community Warfare game mode, and I'd like to show you some of the places that are important if you're new and wanting to start to look at doing Community Warfare. As always, I recommend that you spend some time playing before you go here. This is the end game mode, so it can be a little bit difficult for newer players. If you're wanting to know more about Community Warfare in general, check out my tutorial on that. In this video though, I just want to show you the map and talk about some of the places that are important. Now, if you've seen some of my other scouting reports, I talk about place names. You really don't see that occur in Community Warfare very often. Everything's very clearly labeled. When you're playing, you'll have icons that show you the gates and where the generators and such are. So people generally either tell you which generator they're at, which gate they're at, or give you actual grid coordinates. So we won't see a lot of place names, but let's talk about some of the places that are important. The first thing that we see in Community Warfare is the protection of a item. If we're playing Conquest and we're trying to take the objective, it's this turret right here, or orbital cannon, I guess. Not really, it's a turret, but it's a big, giant one. The attackers are trying to destroy it, and the defenders are trying to protect it. If you're on counterattack, there'll be a mobile HQ in this area that you are to destroy as part of your victory conditions. Now, if you're on assault and you're attacking this orbital cannon, your goal is to destroy the cannon. Once you destroy the cannon, the match is over. Doesn't matter how many kills there are. If the attackers destroy the cannon, match over. If you're on counterattack, you have to destroy the mobile HQ to win the match, but you do not end the match when you destroy the mobile HQ. So let's talk about those two objectives real quick. First of all, the cannon. If you are playing and you encounter this cannon, and you haven't taken out the auxiliary generators, and we'll talk about those, there'll be a little box over top of the generator that we can see here. And I'll take a shot at that generator so we can get a little closer and take a shot at it so we can see it pretty well. So this is the generator. So once you're done, you can see there's these walls on the side here. There'll be a door that comes over top of this. Once you take out the auxiliary generators, that door opens and you can shoot at this generator. The reason that that feature was added was because people were light rushing. They'd get in a bunch of jump capable lights, jump over the walls, and shoot out the generator here before the other team could respond. So they added some auxiliary generators that you have to blow up to open up the door that covers this. But as I said earlier, once you take that out, you've won the match if you are the attacker. And then on this particular map, there is a mobile HQ, and that is right here. So if you're on counterattack, you'll be defending the mobile HQ that's here. You need to destroy that if you're well, I guess if you're the attacker on counterattack, because in counterattack mode you're trying to push back the attacker. So this is where their mobile HQ will be. So I'll keep that in mind. That's something you need to defend. And let's talk about where you'll see mechs drop. The mechs that are defending the objective here will drop either here in this general area, and then we'll come over here and talk about the drop point that's there and a couple points of interest that are over here as well. So let's be sure I have this right. So right about here, you see there's another little landing pad with some scorch marks on it. This is where some more mechs will drop. There'll be a couple turrets in this area, so keep that in mind. And then one of the generators you need to take out to open up the cannon, if that is the mode you're playing, is right here. So defend that so they can't get at your orbital cannon, or attack that so you can get at their orbital cannon depending on your mode. And then we'll take a look at this gate. So the attackers have to get through these gates. In a community warfare match, if you're playing the assault mode where you're trying to destroy the cannon, this will be closed. If you're counterattack, it'll be open. If it's closed, there'll be a turret on top of it. And what you need to do is shoot out this generator to get the door to open. Now, so you have a turret here and a turret here. You can destroy those turrets if you're taking a lot of fire from them. You don't need to. Once you take out the generator, those turrets will stop fighting. But once you come in, there'll be a turret right here on the corner. So keep an eye out for that. He's not tied to that generator, so that one can be important. And what I'll do is I'll run out a little bit. And if you're attacking this map and you want to take out that generator, here's a good spot to come. Jump up over here and stand up on top of this ridge. We can see the top of that generator, and we can shoot at that generator from here. Keep in mind you'll have turrets here and possibly enemy mechs up in this area. So keep that in mind. You can shoot at that generator. So let's drop down, and we'll go run to the other side, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Now this map's a little different than the first one I showed you in Boreal Vault in that it has 3 gates. So we'll talk about the gates that have generators for Omega the closest to them first. And as we run over there, we'll talk about another one as well. Do have a little map I'm checking that I've made so I can show you these locations. This is a lot easier to see when you're actually playing a community warfare match. Everything's very clearly marked on your map. Not so when you are in the testing grounds like I am. So I'm just looking for that 3rd generator, and I thought it was in B2. Yeah, I have mismarked my map. Well, let's take a look at some stuff where I know where it is, and hopefully we'll run across that other one. Alrighty, right here is another landing pad, so defenders will drop here. Keep in mind that you're right in the line of attack when you're on defense in this, so a lot of times you'll drop into the enemy as they're trying to push in, so bear that in mind. This is actually an area where a lot of people like to push into this base where they're attacking. And there's a generator right here, so what they'll do is they'll sit up here and use this for cover, and they'll shoot at this generator to destroy it, and then also the mechs that are dropping here, and we'll get another shot there. So you'll see a lot of people packed up in here in this area trying to use that to their advantage. And then, of course, up here's another gate generator. So we'll jump up, and we'll take a look at that gate. Again, you'll have turrets on the top here. There's a generator to destroy the gate, or not destroy the gate, but get it to open and stop those turrets that are up there from shooting. Again, there'll be a gun right here as you come in. And we'll run out here just a little bit, and we'll take a look at some good places to shoot at that generator from. A lot of people like to come up here, and they'll shoot at that generator from here. So it's probably the best place to shoot at that generator. A lot of times what I like to do when I'm attacking this map is a lot of times guys will get up here and start shooting. There's not really enough room for 12 mechs to get up there and I'll shoot at the generator. So what I'll do is I'll come down here in this area right about here and line up on the door so when it opens I can see into the area pretty well, and a lot of times people are standing in this area waiting for the push to occur so I can get a couple shots at an angle they may not be expecting, but be aware that that's not horribly inventive on my part, so you may have somebody waiting for the gates to open over here, and we'll look for from this perspective. So if I'm standing here, I can see back in there pretty well too, so keep that in mind. It is a good spot to stand, especially if you can get closer to the gate. But a lot of action in this area as people push in. There's good cover here. And of course that gate generator, very important. Can't get in without opening that up unless you have jump jets. So there's that generator. Again, turrets on top of the walls. You don't have to destroy those. I generally find it a good idea because it's less fire you're taking while you're trying to take out this generator. So let's see if we can't find that 3rd generator that powers the protection of the cannons generator. Now, I'm pretty sure it's over in here somewhere, but I just can't seem to find it without the markings. And I'm just going to run around real quick, and if I can't find it, just know that it's in here, and it'll be way easier to find when it's marked. I think it may be back behind here. I'm sure some of our community warfare veterans are watching me run around going, silly, I know where it is. It's right here. And here it is. Here's that other generator. He's kind of tucked in here good. He's probably the best protected of the other generators. So there's that third generator. So take out those 3 generators to get that cannon's door to drop so you can shoot at that generator. Then we'll show you the other gate that's here. If you're attacking on this pedestal and this pedestal for sure, there'll be turrets, and then we'll see identical turrets over here on these other pedestals. So there's another turret pedestal and a turret pedestal. So keep those in mind. And those are not tied to generators, so they'll always be shooting at you. So I find those ones to be pretty problematic when I'm trying to push in and I'm attacking on this map. You don't see a lot of action here. Sometimes you do. It's kind of open, but there is good cover in these buildings as you move in. So generally what a team will do is they'll attack one of the other gates that I showed you first, and then a few of them will push through this gate to try to sneak up on the generator while the bulk of the force is tied up at the other gate. So here's this gate's generator, and again, we'll have a turret as we come in, right about here. Turrets on top, those will stop shooting. Only the ones on top, though. Once we take out this generator, and we'll run out here, and we'll see the same kind of thing. That there is a little ramp up here, and if we turn around, we can see there's the generator. So that's how you would break into that gate. And then what we'll do is we'll show you where the other mechs drop. Something to keep in mind if you are defending the cannon or their mobile HQ, that those drop points are right in the middle of the battle zone, so it can be discouraging when you drop and just get lit up by the enemy team. So keep that in mind. That's something that could happen to you. And then we'll show you this other drop point here. And it's actually quite a ways out. Not a lot of action goes on this drop point because it is so far out. But occasionally when there's only a couple mechs left and people are wanting to end the match, they will run out here to end it as quickly as possible. And then what we'll do. And as always, you do have targets to shoot at in the testing ground. So if you're running around out here, you'll see mechs occasionally. So there is a drop point right about here. You can see the Scorched Earth. And that's one drop point for people that are after the objectives. And then right where this scent is standing is another drop point. So here's another drop point. And then the other one is right where that other mech is standing, and I haven't seen him yet. Let's target him and see what he is. He's a cataphract. So that cataphract is about where the other drop point is. Yep, right here you can see it scorched again. So generally what happens is people drop and they'll start by either pushing into the second gate I showed you or the first gate. Those will be marked with Greek letter delta designation, so alpha and such, when you drop. And generally that's what people will call them. But as you can see, it's just kind of rolling hills out throughout the rest of the map. Not a lot of stuff goes on here unless it's very, very end game and people are hunting the last couple mechs and they've decided not to try to take the objective. They're just going to try to run out the clock. So we'll go back to that first gate. You can see there's that ramp I was talking about way out there. So this map does provide some good cover. Lots of places to hide. And there's our gate again. And here's that area I was talking about where I like to hide. Right over in here. Or not hide, but wait for the gate to open. Doesn't really behoove you in community warfare to hide and try to run out the clock. If you don't take the objectives, you don't win. So I don't recommend hiding. But I do recommend finding a good spot to take advantage of some cover, though. So here we're back at the generator. And we'll go look at the orbital cannon again and end the video. So that's just been a look at this map and what's important on it and things you'll see in community warfare. As always, go out to your home tab on your UI and click on testing grounds. You can test any map you'd like. Always good to come out and fire your weapons on a map to see how much heat you generate on specific maps. Here's another place I like in this map. If you're taking lots of LRMs from somebody, it's a good spot to get some cover. But yep, keep in mind that if you are attacking the cannon, your goal is to blow this up. That ends the match. If you have a mobile HQ right here, you do need to destroy that, but it does not automatically end the match. As always, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe to my channel. If you have a question, would like to see a different video, please leave me a note in the comments below. I will do my best to either answer it or make you a new video if that makes more sense as the answer to your question. Have great luck on the battlefield, and I hope to see you there. Thanks a lot.